Hello, and so glad to have you join us on the Value Chain TV News Updates. I am Kabir Lawal with the news. And on the Value Chain TV News Update, we start with rural electrification, where federal government has approved a $750 million World Bank funding for the construction of 1,200 mini-grids in communities across Nigeria. Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Rural Electrification Agency, Abba Aliyu, disclosed this while addressing newsmen at the Alliance for Rural Electrification Energy Access Forum held in Lagos. Aliyu said that President Bola Tinubu approved the fund for the Distributed Access Through Renewable Energy Scale-Up project, which aimed at providing energy access to Nigerians in rural communities. He also noted that about 19 million citizens out of the 85 million Nigerians without access to energy will be provided electricity under the scheme. Still on the Value Chain TV News Update, we move now to minimum wage, where organized labor has once again rejected the federal government's latest offer of 54,000 naira minimum wage. The offer was made during the resumed national minimum wage negotiation between the organized labor and the federal government. The meeting, however, was postponed following the inability of the labor leaders and government representatives to reach a consensus. This was the third time the officials of the Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress TUC and representatives of the government will fail to find a common ground on the national minimum wage. Value Chain TV asked some Nigerians their thoughts on the latest development. The report.
What the federal government is coming up with is not reasonable at all. If you ask me, at this juncture, the federal government and the NLC should sit and determine a living wage. A living wage that will sustain an average family in our kind of economy. So with that, the 58,000 thereabouts is a no-no for me. But on the flip side, we will have to consider the effects of a higher figure on the overall inflation, the inflationary trend in the market. There's no point taking something with the right hand and losing it by the left. So we have to be very, very diplomatic and reasonable with our conclusions.
The government is using this to buy time because they are never sincere. If they are sincere at all, when they added salary to judges, they never had any committee. They went and did it and they confirmed it. When it involved the masses now, what did they do? They had committees upon committees. Today they will drop 48,000 naira upon what people are passing on. If I may ask, 2012, that the then President Jonathan had the intention of removing this subsidy, if it by now it should have been a bygone. They went on the street, danced against it, that the government did not prepare anything, no palliative. If I may ask the present president, what is his own preparation? What was the preparation that he prepared before removing the subsidy? Nothing. And here we are, almost a year, and he knew what. In short, there are some comments they make in which is not pleased to me. They say they know what the masses are passing. They don't know. If they knew, they will do something about it. So to me, if they will have anything 48,000 naira or thereabout, anything less than 150 above, in short, they are not doing the masses the right thing at all.
Like seriously, the way this country is going through like this, I'm not happy. Seriously, I'm not happy. Even the minimum wage where they say they want to carry it to 45, it's too small now. You check out, see how the country doing. You understand? People they suffering, people they suffer. Job no day. You understand? Job no day. And at least make government look into this thing. At least the minimum wage is supposed to be like 150 or 200, because bag of rice now, bag of rice now is about 70,000 naira if I'm not mistaken. You understand? Anything, if you go market now, if you buy something today, tomorrow if you go, no be the same thing. It go dey increase every day. See fuel now, if you go some filling station, 1,000, so 1,002 filling station. You understand? So the thing they get me annoying. You understand? So I beg no government please to look this thing.
The Monitoring Policy Committee MPC of the Central Bank of Nigeria CBN has listed high foreign exchange rates on imported food items and insecurity in farming communities as some of the key factors driving food inflation in the country. CBN Governor Yemi Cardoso, who spoke at the press briefing following the 296th MPC meeting of CBN, said the MPC observed that food inflation is the major driver of the inflation in the country. According to Cardoso, the MPC noted that the surge in food prices in the country is influenced by factors such as the elevated exchange rate on imported food items, increasing security challenges, and the rising cost of transportation, among others. Still on the Value Chain TV News Update, Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment Doris Nkiruka Uzoka Anite has asked that gas concessions given to electricity companies be extended to cement manufacturers as a means of addressing the rise of cost of operations, which necessitated the hike in the product. Ese Ifoma completes the story.
Uzoka Anite, who was represented by the permanent secretary in her ministry, Ambassador Nura Remi, during an investigative hearing by the House of Representatives Joint Committee on Solid Minerals, Industry, Commerce and Special Duties, the minister pointed out that a recent meeting with the Minister of Works, David Umahi, and major cement manufacturing companies recommended that cement manufacturers should be accorded the Gastolite price as enjoyed by electricity distributors. She said government advised cement manufacturers to set up a price monitoring mechanism to ensure compliance, adding that manufacturers had willingly accepted to do so and to sanction any of her distributors or retailers found wanting. For Value Chain TV, Ese Ufoma reporting.
The House of Representatives has asked the federal government to exempt military personnel from paying tolls at airports, seaports and train stations across the country. Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development Festus Keyamo said the approval for this category of Nigerians is to stop paying the fee was given following a memo he presented at FEC meeting. The resolution followed a motion of urgent public importance by Abdul Samad Dasuki during the plenary. Value Chain TV sought the opinion of some Nigerians regarding the development.
The army were supposed to pay for the toll gate because by the virtue of understanding they are Nigerian citizens, and I believe every citizen should abide by the law set by the federal government. So for that reason I want the Nigerian army to pay, because subsequently Nigerian army have not been paying for AADC, which I know. They have not been paying for so many things, and it's very wrong. It's very wrong. For that, you are not encouraging the fellow Nigerians. And also I want to talk of them beating the traffic light and also taking a one-way at time. I can remember one certain time when Raji Fashola Babatunde was a governor of Lagos State. He arrested a captain following a BRT line. So I see this fit for Nigerian army to follow each rule that's set by the government.
From my own view, no. And I have reason for that, because one, there are number one people at least securing the country. At least we should give them that preview for them to have at least free access to any government establishment. That is my own concern. So I don't think a military man is supposed to pay for the toll gate.
Still on the Value Chain TV News Update, now we go to aviation story where Nigeria and Saudi Arabia are considering resumption of air cargo services in the furtherance of the country's bilateral relationship. Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development Festus Keyamo has disclosed on his X, formerly Twitter account, that the resumption of cargo flight operations was part of discussions with the Minister of Transport and Logistics of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Saleh Al Jazeera, on the sidelines of ongoing Future Aviation Forum FAF in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Festus Keyamo noted that both sides agreed to resume cargo operations between Nigeria and Saudi Arabia, and focal persons were appointed to work out modalities. The minister added that he also met with Qatar's Minister of Transport, Jazim Saif Ahmed, on implementing the bilateral air service agreement BASA and other mutual interests, and emphasized the desire to review and ensure compliance with the Nigerians' BASA agreement. Have you tapped into the digital mining frenzy yet? Nigeria is currently significantly aligned to the booming cryptocurrency revolution with a new wave of apps allowing users to tap into the potential of digital wealth like never before. From Bitcoin to Ethereum, Amstar Combat to Pi, Satoshi to TapSwap, and more, these apps offer easy access to buying, selling, even mining cryptocurrencies, all at a tap of the device's screen. For many Nigerians, it is a new dawn of prosperity. However, the question of guaranteed returns on the effort remains on the mind of some Nigerians. In this report, enthusiasts and observers of the trend share their expectations with Anastasia Adezi.
If you look around closely, you might notice someone tapping. With the recent poverty and starvation that has engraved Nigerians, you might notice youth and even the older ones have taken to cryptocurrencies amongst other currencies to make quick money with apps such as YesCoin and TapSwap. Let's hear from Nigerians about the feasibility of these currencies.
To solve a value, like Bitcoin is solving a value, Ethereum is solving a value, BNB is solving a value. The tapping coin is not solving a value yet. Now it's still on the developmental stage, which is what is called mining stage. The mining stage, it can come and it flops, and no serious-minded investor will come in now. And so that is why most of the time I don't usually advise people to do crypto with emotion, because it's a dicey affair, and most investment is not done out of sentiment. It should be done with understanding of the market.
In a digital world right now, and money can be made from any angle as long as it's legit. So if you're investing into cryptocurrency or blockchain, I don't see anything bad in it, doing it, as long as you understand the process in it, not just going into it without knowing how to trade, not knowing what it entails. That's why we have evils also in the city, whereby many other persons have cloned the process. But before anyone could go into the system, should verify very well, knowing what you are going into, knowing that this is trade, and in trade you can lose and you can gain. So it's not something you put all your earning or go to bank to borrow and put into it.
TapSwap is a good thing. I actually support it, right? In the sense that you have track records already of people that, coins that have played out like that have been positive. You have the Notcoin, which was recent. I think that's what actually brought about this wave. People accepting it because they've seen people close with results, right? But on the other hand, you say this is like that's where me have a challenge with it. It's like the bottom of the chain. If you've heard of crypto before, the blockchain technology is like the bottom of the chain. We can actually do better. People can strive to put in money to invest than the tapping. If you look at if you've seen the margin, you will realize that what people will come to get at the end of the day might just be, that's like the bottom of the chain. There's more to it, right? So I think the conversation should not be if it's good or if it's not good, if it's real or if it's not real. The conversation should be, where are we supposed to be involved? Like, where are we supposed to tap into? Right? This is like the bottom. That's just it. There's actually more to it. I think that's the direction we should be talking about.
Since the youth and even the older ones are now invested in TapSwap, the world and Nigerians are waiting to see if this money would ever be feasible. For Value Chain TV, Anastasia Adeze.
That ends the Value Chain TV news update. I am Kabir Lawal. Thanks for watching.